Hey guys, what is going on? So here we are, just before the playoffs. We're going to recap pretty much the season, see the standings, league leaders, MVP awards, everything like that. We'll check it out right before we start the playoffs, see who we're going to take on in the playoffs. Excuse me. So here we go, let's go across. Let's take a look at the playoff schedule actually to begin with. So you're going to have the Steelers versus the Patriots. That's a pretty good game. Vikings and the Panthers. You have the Chiefs at the Texans. And the Cowboys will take on the Redskins. So that's another, nice division game there in the playoffs. So we'll head over to the... just take a look at the divisions. So obviously we're 14-2. We're the 1 seed. Steelers make it at 10-6. Texans win that division at 9-7. The Patriots win it at 10-6. Broncos and Chiefs. Chargers 3-13. Packers 12-4, who we actually lost to. Panthers are 12-4. Both the Redskins and Cowboys were 10-6, and the Seahawks 13-3, and the 49ers 13-12-1. So not very good there. Let's head over to the stats. We'll see what our guys did, and then we'll take a look at the league leaders. So Flacco really pretty productive season, even though he was hurt. James Christie, the rookie, comes in very productive as well. So both of them did very well. Didn't get sacked much. You see 16 sacks to 10. So, the offensive line was all right until up to the end of the season. So Melvin Gordon hurt. He's back now, 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns, and then his replacements really didn't do that bad, but obviously nowhere near the production that he put up. So let's take a look at Perriman and Gordon are going to tie for catches with 63. Nobody over 1,000 yards. Nobody even in double-digit touchdowns, but Perriman came close with 9. Crockett Gilmore was in and out. Whitaker, that's a pretty good rookie season. He was switched between 3 and 4 receiver with Malcolm Mitchell. He was decent. So on defense, Eric Weddle led the team in tackles. Mosley would have led that stat by big time if he wasn't hurt. And Kafusi came up huge. 10 sacks, leads the team. Now it's pretty much a starter. So he had a really productive season. Weddle, who like I said, I think should be up for Defensive Player of the Year. We'll check that out here in a minute. 4 picks. He had, 3 sacks, 3 forced fumbles. That's for a top, number 1 seed. I think that should definitely be up there. We'll have to check it out. And Tucker, once again, another good year, 32 of 35. Can't complain there. As we'll see, Cook, that's a very good net average. Pretty good in the 20. As for kick return, not much there. Marquise Goodwin, he's okay. But, it's tough to, if you don't have any blocking. Punt returns, he's pretty good. So 14.6 is a really good average. Let's take a look at the NFL here. The league leaders in passing is Aaron Rodgers. Just about 4,800 yards. Luck Breeze, the rookie Westbrooks is there at Russell Wilson. Dak Prescott's down there. And touchdowns, we're going to have Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Russell Wilson. There's Dak with 30. Westbrooks from Ryans. So we'll head over there. And we actually still lead in rushing, even though we missed, the final 3 weeks with Gordon. Elliott's there. Peterson, Norton the rookie. So Thomas Rawls. Can't believe he still led. These, not that many guys over 1,000 yards. And we actually still led in touchdowns with only 13. Man, that seems really low to me. I think there should be guys up there. So as for receiving, Jordy Nelson led, and Randall Cobb, the Packers, Terrence Williams, Demaryius Thomas, Laquan Treadwell with a nice year, and Devontae Adams. Wow. So Thomas led Devontae Adams. So the Packers were just, wow, their receiving core is outstanding. Obviously, we saw them. We ended up losing to them, one of our only 2 losses. So we'll head over to defense. Oakletree leads the league in tackles with Preston Brown, DeQuell Jackson, Miles Jack's up there, Alden Smith. So let's take a look at sacks. And Kindichi was 17 leading the way. Allen Bailey was 16.5. Cam Jordan was 16.5. Geno Atkins with 15. Defensive tackles coming up big. As for interceptions, Joe Hayden with 8. Chris Harris with 6. And same with McCain with 6. And a bunch of guys with 5 interceptions. Let's take a look at forced fumbles. Burfict with 5. Gacker with 5. McPhee. Deron Harmon. As for recoveries, Burfict with 3. Bunch of guys there with 3. So kicking, we led the league in field goals, but I can see, looks like Winters, who's a rookie, led in actually percentage. We'll head over to punting here. Still a key part of the game, that's for sure. So Bosher led. We're right there, top 5 in, net yardage, and then we're right there in the 20. So Golden Tate with 2 kick returns for touchdowns. And as for punt returns, let's see, Peterson with 2. So a bunch of guys there with 1. So we'll head over to the awards. Let's see what we got here. So Russell Wilson is your MVP. Rodgers and Newton, Dak Prescott there. And we've won Coach of the Year with John Harbaugh sitting at the best record, 14-2, defending champs. So let's look at the AFC. The Rookie of the Year, Westbrook's your Offensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year is going to be Von Miller. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Westbrooks. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Mayer. The best QB, Westbrook, so he's just sweeping all of them here. Flacco actually finished second. Melvin Gordon, we win the best running back. Thomas, the best receiver. Perryman sitting there at 2. Yanda and Stanley, so we get the O-line. Best D-line, Fowler and Alvin Bailey. Best linebacker, Von Miller. And best DB, Joe Hayden. So, Amy Weddle was 5th. We missed out on Defensive Player of the Year. He wasn't even close. I think that's kind of a screw job. So the NFC, Russell Wilson, your Offensive Player of the Year. Bobby Wagner, so the Seahawks just sweep up that. Your Rookie of the Year is Donald Norton for the Eagles. Wyatt Huff for the Bucks. He had a pretty, I think he was up there, top 10 in tackles. Rodgers, your best QB. Zeke is your best running back. Best receiver is Devontae Adams. Best O-line, let's check it. There's Cobb, okay. So best O-line, Cowboys, of course. Cam Jordan, best defensive line. Sean Lee actually gets the best linebacker. Ishmael with the best DB. And Winters, who led the league in percentage, is your best kicker. So those are the awards. Those are the stats. So what we're going to do right now, actually, we're just going to advance the week. We'll see what happened in those playoff games, and we'll be ready for the divisional round. So let's just advance here. So as you can see, the Pittsburgh Steelers defeat the New England Patriots 30-24. It's a pretty balanced game, as you can see there. So the Vikings actually take down the Carolina Panthers. Wow. The Houston Texans take care of business there, 34-22. And look at this game. Washington beats Dallas 47-43. Jeez. That's over 1,000 yards of offense. Looks like Dallas had a 28-10 lead going into half. Dak Prescott with 4 touchdowns. Bunch of rushing touchdowns there. Second receiving, Jordan Reed with 180 yards receiving. Jeez. See if there's any defensive touchdowns. No defensive touchdowns. And Hopkins had 2 field goals and Bailey missed 2, and that's pretty much your deciding factor right there. So let's see who we'll be taking on here, and we are taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers for the 3rd time this year. We'll see. They're very tough, as always. We'll have to take a look at their injuries. So the Vikings are playing the Seahawks. The Texans are taking on the Broncos, and the Redskins taking on the Green Bay Packers. So some good playoff matchups there. So I think what we're going to do now, let me see. I think let's just go to the injury report. So Mosley's back. So we have Mosley's back. Obviously Melvin Gordon was back. He's back. He's been back, so he's good to go. What we're going to do is let's go over to the injury report and just see what Pittsburgh's dealing with here. Whoa, they have a lot of injuries. Wow. So Le'Veon Bell, Cameron Hayward, Ryan Shazier, DeCastro, Tuitt, Foster, DeMarcus Ware. Wow. So this is going to be interesting. As you see, look how many guys are out. So they still have Roethlisberger, though, and they'll still have Brown. So this will be an interesting matchup still. It is a division game, so it's completely, division opponents. So should be an interesting matchup. But that will pretty much do it for this one. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and then we will see you against the Pittsburgh Steelers in the divisional round. Bye-bye.